Hello my friends, today we are looking at how to perform a t-test on a graphing calculator. A t-test is a form of statistical test that we use to either accept or reject a hypothesis. And we're going to solve the same problem that we did last time, so the one talking about deciding whether or not to buy some prawns. So the t-test is located under the Stat button, and we're going to scroll over to Tests, and then t-test is our second option. So you can either scroll down and hit Enter, or from here we can just press the number 2. Okay, and when you open the t-test, the first option is Data or Stats. If you use Data, you can see it references back to a list. So you would use this if you had a list of data, and then the calculator would automatically find the mean and the standard deviation for you. For the problem that we're solving today, get back to the t-test, for the problem that we're solving today, we don't have a list of data. We actually have the statistical info that we need. So if I scroll over to Stats and hit Enter, now my entry boxes are the hypothesis mean, the sample mean, the sample standard deviation, and the sample size. All of this info is given to us in the problem. So reading through our prawn problem, this restaurant manager is deciding whether or not to buy the prawns. We need the mean weight to be over 55 grams. So my hypothesis mean is 55 grams. We weigh 60 prawns and find that they have a mean weight of 56.2 with a standard deviation of 4.2. Okay, so again, this was the hypothesis mean, the one that we're testing to see if we are greater than, our sample mean, X bar, and then our standard deviation, the capital S, and then N is our sample size. The last choice that we need to make at the bottom is which test we're performing. So in Google Sheets, you choose between a left tail, a right tail, or a two-tailed. Same idea, except it's a little bit more straightforward. We're testing mu greater than mu naught because we want our prawns to be larger or heavier than 55 grams. And then to get our numerical value for P, we're going to hit Calculate. And then we get our p-value of 0.0154. And remember, we're testing this at a 5% significance level. And just as a reminder, our goal is to reject our null hypothesis. We can only reject our null hypothesis if p is less than alpha. In this case, our p-value is 0.0154. from the calculator, and this is pretty clearly less than our alpha value, which was 5%, or as a decimal, 0.05. So we can reject our null hypothesis, and specifically to this problem, that means we would buy the prawns. All right, and then I know some of us don't have the TI-84, maybe you have the TI-83, and there are some instances where things are a little bit different between the two, but for the TI-83, it's exactly the same. So I'm going to click Stats, scroll over to Test, T-Test, and then it might automatically be on Data, but we'll select Stats, and then all of my info I can enter exactly the same, and then Calculate, and I get the same value. Okay, so for this case, there's no difference between the 84 and the 83. All right, so that was a look at how to perform a hypothesis test using our t-test on a TI-84 and the TI-83. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.